What is going on? Welcome along to another video. In the last video, we got the square sorted and we got some of the paths started, and you know, it's been warm where I am this week, and I figured let's get changed, let's go to the beach. And then I realized something. The beach, I never finished it. I said I was going to finish it. I was going to get it done in the last episode, and I didn't. But then, you know, when editing, I realised, well, I need a lot of wool. Same as for the pathways, I need the wool. So why don't we kill two birds with one stone? Let's get these pathways that we've got in finished. Let's get the beach all finished. Let's get it all designed. Put a couple of stands. This will be in the future for the lighthouse. Let's get this bit first. You know, we'll get some stands in. We'll get some beach towels down everywhere. We'll get some umbrellas up. Little pop-up stands for some refreshments or something. There is a nice big space around here, you know, that we can get that bit done. There's even like things out here where we could potentially put stuff, you know, and it goes on around the corner. But yeah, I think for us to do that, we do need a wool farm. So these guys are going to get moved soon. I think I might just do 16 modules of this design, just because, you know, 16 colours of wool. I probably won't need all the colours of wool in the future, or I might just do 2 or 3 now of the ones that I need, which is going to be whites and then the light grey. But let's get the first module of this design in, and then you can have a good idea what it's going to be and then how wide I might actually need it. Right, so here on the farmland, where might be the best place to put these in? Let's actually just build up one module of it, and then we can get a better idea. So I think, how do I want to do it? I mean, I'm going to need a collection chest. If I just put one here, so the way this design, I'm not sure who originated this design, but you'll probably recognize it if you know your redstone. So you have a hopper. This would be a chest normally. Or, you know, like you have a big collection system. I might change it up in the future because it would be quite hopper heavy. Then you put a rail down, and then you put the minecart on there, and then you get rid of the rail so that it sits on top. Then where that would be, you have dirt. Or you'd have, no, it wouldn't be dirt, it would be grass. If I had everything in. Let me go get my other stuff and then it make it a little bit easier. Alright, so let's start again from the beginning. So, what we want to do, start off with what would be collection. So, minecart hopper, I did this just before, I don't need the lead just yet. So, hopper going in, rail on top. Yeah. Let's just take that off and retry it. I was a little bit too close. I mean, to make it easier, sometimes you might have supporting blocks around, but this is just for a quick do-up for how it would look. So, you know, you'd have chests here, or you'd have a rail or something going underneath so it all collects. And then you would have up here, let's just go one more here. You'd have a grass block. That's what your sheep would sit on. And then feeding into that, now let me see. I can never place these right first time. I feel like I need it that way. Yeah, I will need it that way. And then that faces into the grass block. So whenever there's a status change of the grass block, so that's when the sheep eats the grass to regain its wool, it fires out a pulse. Then that pulse goes into a block. And then let me scroll up here. And then you have a dispenser here with a redstone dust. Always feels like it rains on this realm. Into that, and then inside this you would have shears. You'd probably fill it full of shears, And then what I like to do most of the time with these is have grass on either side. So, I mean, you could potentially have it one by one by one. But I like having a gap in between them where you have your glass, you have pin there, pin there, pin on top of there, pin there, pin there. And then when your sheep gets in, you double pin up so that it's trapped in here. You then put glass pane here because sheep aren't a full block. And then there you have it. That's all you need, because then the grass will never turn into dirt because these are classed as transparent blocks. So then it gives you just more chances for the grass to grow when you have two adjacent ones. So I feel like let's get one of these sheep in right now so that we can just get a start on the old production while I'm waiting on more things growing and more resources gathering. At least that way I can start getting some production in there, even if it means I have to move this one a little bit later on. You. And there it is. There's the first module in. So as you can see, it's basically a 3x3 to get this one all in. So I'm going to plot out a few different ones. I might just have, you know, like 2 or 3 in different areas. But then this way we can get a few modules in and get a bit of production going before we get it all in. So it's going to take me a little while, but I'm going to get a few of these put in. So I've done a little bit of building, and, you know, instead of just 3 or 4, I did the whole 16. So I've got 2 modules here, well, 4 modules altogether, both 4 long. Now, what I would suggest is if you're doing it like this and building it out in the open, I am going to put a building here, but if you are putting it in the open, put slabs here so things can't spawn around and walk in. I thought, you know what, I'll do an overnight AFK session, you know, all in all about 9 hours that I was going to do. And I woke up, come on, and all of these minecarts were like, there was one all the way over there, you know, there was a few around, you know, there's the wandering trader was right in the middle here. It was a pain. It was basically pointless doing an overnight AFK session unless the slabs are there, and the slabs are just there to stop the minecarts from rolling out, because now that gap, mobs can't get in, and if they can get even in here to move the minecart, as you can see, it only moves just a slight bit. So that'll do it like that. So that is only if you're building it out in the open. If you put a building around it and things that can't spawn, like non-spawnable blocks on there or slabs underneath, you know, you'll be fine that way. But if it is just out in the open, then that is something that you need to look out for. No, it's just a case of connecting, like building these buildings, the shells that these are going to go in. And I think I'm just going to go for a curved roof, because I think because of how close there's one gap, one section in the middle, it's going to look weird. So if I think it's going to look weird if I go up and separate. These probably could have been doing with being 2 or 3 apart, but I think with 1 apart, if I just get a curved roof there and a curved roof there, sort of here, they'll be connected. And I think that's the best way to go with this. So I'm going to take a bit of inspiration from the first house. We're going to do just planks on the outside. So let me just, I've not brought my scaffolding with me, so let's go up here. And I'm thinking if I start here and go 4 up, 2, 3, 4, and then I think it's a set of stairs that I want to do, and then 2 up, a set of stairs 2 across, a set of stairs 5 across, And then what we'll do, I'll do the other side. I'll get my axe so it's a little bit quicker, and we'll put some stairs on the insides. We'll get some scaffolding so it's a little bit easier. So just grab my stuff. And this is actually, yeah, so doing the curved roof is actually good. Now, like I mentioned when I was doing this building, yeah, I didn't want the roof too high to be overpowered. I think at this point, when you're just about seeing the top of the roof, I think that's good. I think that's how I want it. So it is a very low down roof. I mean, it looks quite square like this, but I think we'll get that fixed out in a second when we get some bits removed. So let's get them taken off. And I think with the some bits at the side as well, it's a little bit confusing. So we'll just take these bits off, these bits off, and then just take another look at it. Yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit too tall. Yeah, that's made it look a little bit thicker. I think potentially these bits need looking at, here and here. Maybe going 2 up was a little bit too far. But we'll have it for now. We'll have it for now. So let's just get the other side popped up. So got the other side on, and then what I did is that one in the middle, instead of having a step going in because of the meeting part, I've put the step facing like that so that it kind of blends the two together. This building, I just wanted to get the roof on first. Now, let's do the same on the other side. Both roofs are on now, both should match up, so the next step is filling in the sides of the roof. Now, like I said, I'm taking inspiration from the original build, so we're going to have cobbled deep slate across, like, just matching everything up. So we have, like, 4 rows of cobbled deep slate, 1 row of stairs, 2 rows of cobbled deep slate, 1 row of stairs, you know, like, and then a cobbled deep slate, stairs, and so on this. So it's going to take me a while to do all that. And then once we've done that, we can look at the inside of the walls. But we're going to go mangrove for this. Gives it that nice red look of like your traditional barns. Before we put any decorations on the outside. Let's just get this one filled in. And see how that actually looks. This is building on the fly. Yeah, I like that. I think actually that line can go. If I fill it in there with that, we can put some details across there, like we've done with some of these other ones. A line separating with maybe wood, and maybe dark oak signs across, because then it can go across there, and then it looks like it's a reinforcing beam or something. That could actually work. That could work. Let me play around, and then we'll come back once the whole building's finished. So I've got the basics in for this one, and we've come up with this. So kind of similar, like I've hidden away some of the tough bits. What I actually did as well is I brought this one out one. I realised when I was doing it, I had it on like this one and this one. Brought it out one so it just makes it a little bit more, there's a little bit more depth in there. 2 big doors, then the kind of standard what I've been doing on some of the other builds. But then, yeah, and then just 1 door to get in. You can get in from any of these, but yeah, just one kind of door to get in the middle because that's all you need. And yeah, when you go inside, it is just pretty much the same as it was. Like, this bit hasn't changed. All I've done is just change the floor in here because all I need this for is some wool collection. And speaking of wool collection, we'll take some out that we've collected. So this is going to be for the next bit. This is where we start planning out some of the beach things. So let's make our way over to the beach. I thought I'd start on what will be the prom area. I mean, see, it's nice and wide. We've got the pier going off, just so we can get a good lay of the land of the beach and get some plans in. Now, what I am definitely thinking is I want 2 or 3 stalls. So I'm probably thinking one around here, maybe one around here, and one over on that side. Now, what I want to be careful of is not actually building under where this pier is going to be. Because of supports and everything, I don't want to put anything under here just yet. But as you can see, when I mentioned in the last video, it doesn't go that far out from the edge of the boat, but it is just a nice little walkway that there will be for the rest of this. So yeah, if I'm going to build out some little stalls, let's just do it with some wood. So what I'm thinking is a 5x5 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Because it's not needing much in this. You know, it's just a little area that they'll have like just a couple of bits coming off it. I think you can't have it even, like straight on. So I think somewhere like here, it's just off, and you know, like these ones could, you know, these stalls, they could sell different things. I think I might have said a bit more over here, but this is about as far to that I want it to be. And then one over here, we'll pop it over here. Yeah, I think that's nice. I think that's some nice areas where they're in. They're not exactly level with each other. They're on different axis points. They're different things, so it breaks everywhere up when you're walking in. So yeah, we'll do that. And then we need to figure out some designs for things. So I'm thinking we're going to need a kind of beach chair design. 4, 8, 12. 12 will be a nice number of them. And then we want to get 12 of these. And then ultimately, we're going to need 12 signs. 6, 9, 12. No, actually, I need 24 signs. Nice, easy design for these. You know, let's figure out one set. So we'll always do in a set of 2, but we'll need 5 space. So we'll put that there, and then I'm thinking just there and just there. Sign. I didn't want to put that sign there. So, I mean, that's just a nice, simple sun lounger, like beach lounger. You know, you think you'd just be on it, you'd be down, and there's a nice view. Now, in the middle, I want an umbrella going up. So I'm thinking oak fence as the standard, right in the middle. 2, 3, 4 going up, then wool, and then we'll work it out from there. So this one's going to be red. This in. And I think maybe that, I mean, that looks like it might be too big, actually. Yeah, that's way too big. Let me rework this and come back. Right, so I've got this instead. So it's a 5 wide, kind of like a circle. It's probably the best that I can do on that scale, but you get the idea. It's a beach umbrella, and the good thing is dot these around on different colours. And then the last things I want to do on this beach is just put like random towels down. I think I'm just going to do that by doing something like that. You know, you can tell that's just a towel down, and I can spread them across as well in all sorts of different colours. Yeah, I think that'll do. You can tell there's like a stall there. We can put some item frames up or something, like something here with an item in. There's a nice little area in where you can get an idea. We'll probably end up putting, I'm probably going to work out a pathway. We've had some time past. I've done some building, and the beach, I think for now, is done. So we're at the entrance. We're at a normal cabin. and the beach is in front of me. This is where I'm at the minute with the beach. I think the way that I've been doing it, I think this is going to come down and we might extend it a little bit. But we've got a pathway with some sandstone across it. We've got some sun loungers. We've got some towels. We've got some hidden lighting. And I did try covering it with a birch plate. You know, it's not the best, but it will do. We've got turtles that are appearing on the beach. But yeah, we've got little stalls, little shacks. We've made the start on the pier as well. I think I mentioned I didn't want to build anything under the pier. I think that's one thing. It's going to be covered across. And when you go to the beach yourself, you don't want to be underneath the pier. Even I don't, and I don't like being out in the sun. I don't want to be under the pier. But yeah, a couple more things. We've got Rob's Creamy Shack. That is in there as well. Rob owns this. He's got a nice little creamy shack. Selling his ice creams. More towels everywhere. More loungers. We've got some umbrella designs with a lot of the wool in there. And then the path just goes to there because we'll be doing... I think that side is going to be like a bit of a marina or a dock. We're in that side. And then one thing I wanted to try is to do like waves. Now, one thing I did want the mushroom, like the inside of the brown mushroom blocks to go like here, because that is a perfect wet sand texture. The problem is on this edition, on the Bedrock edition, you can't get that. You are just unable to get that block. You can't place and then break. It's just unavailable. The only way would be growing mushrooms and then using pistons to keep moving them, and then even then, I bet they break as soon as you do a piston, so I wasn't messing about with that. So we'll have to deal with this for now. I mean, if they do eventually bring them in, we will put some of you around here, because it's the perfect bit between the sand and the water. But what I thought I'd try is some light blue glass, and then some normal blue glass, and then some snow on top, trying to give it that impression of a wave going across. Now, I don't know how well this does. I mean, it looks okay from a distance. Close up, it's not that great. You know, from a distance, it does blend in a little bit better. And, you know, it's just the impression that there's some movement in the build. That there's, you know, like, so you've got, like, the darker, the lighter. So it's like a bit of a wave crashing. And a bit of the, like, the foam that you get from the sea coming in. You know, it's probably not the best, but it'll do for me. I'm not a builder. You know, so this is like really, I think this is really good for me. I'm happy with that. But it just makes it a little bit more lived in. But I think that for now will do. Once we've got the, I think we might, next episode, stay on the beach area. And I think this might get sorted. We'll get the lighthouse in, and then I'm thinking potentially we'll get the marina or the dock area sorted. I've seen a nice design for a ship that I want to do, and then that gives this area something. So, you know, if we can put a nice ship here, and maybe even it's just the same design of ship along here, we can then take that ship down. Now, that was a nice idea of restoring that ship, but I think with the space that we've got here, you know, it's another nice area just off from the beach area, where we can do like a little dock going out with one boat, even, you know, just here. And we'll have to plan it a little bit better. In fact, that might be a little bit of a nicer area to do it. But I think this is going to be the next area that we do in the next video. We're going to do a nice little area. But I think because we have had so much change on the island since we first started, you know, we've took trees down, we've got new builds up from before. We need to update the maps that we have in our map room. So we're in the planning office, and my previous maps, I've got them all changed now. So my old maps, all my lock maps are here. We might in the future find somewhere and put in, you know, like a previous history so you can see the evolution over time. I think that would be nice. That's why I wanted to lock these maps here, so that they were all, you know, like we have the history timeline of the island. I mean, the island still needs a name and things like that, so we're far from finished on this. But we have the new one sorted. Now, I've not done all of them. These bits really haven't changed. I just wanted to get the main island sorted. So you can see, you know, we've got the plans in for other things. The woodcutters area, we've got the storage room now available. That's like the quarry area. You know, the town square's now sorted. The beach is now on, which is a good thing. And then the barn as well is the... It means, looking at this now, you can see we've got a nice space here for something that we can potentially fit in. And then, really, there might be something here we can do, and maybe here. And then we can look at maybe branching off onto this side. Or maybe something up here, because at the moment I go from the to the villager area, which is over that way as well. The only downside I have of the map is the tuff. Now the tuff, even though it's a darker block, I don't think that colour is the right colour that they have on the maps, but you know, we'll have to deal with it. We might change it up. I might pull up all that tuff and I might replace it with something else, and then update the map as we go. But this is all locked maps, so as you can see, locked maps, so that they can't be changed anywhere. But I think this is a good point, like where we can see, you know, we did have that starting bit. I mean, this pathway we are going to have to change anyway to get it with the other ones. We can see that nice round there with a fully straight diagonal. I might move that round slightly. We've got a space here where we can put some trees up to start blocking some things. You know, once we've got a few more in, we can maybe look at more paths. But I think that is something for a future time, because I think we're going to leave it there. We started wanting to get some beach areas done. We've got quite a bit done. Now is as good a time as any to call it. So we're going to go sit on the beach. We're going to have a nice relax. We're going to have an ice cream. And we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.